Okay, Itameksistiko. Good day. It is the afternoon of Tuesday, December 5th, 2017, in the second winter lunar cycle, it's when the rivers freeze entirely over. And this afternoon, I have decided to send Mandy into a brumation period. Now, those of you who've been following her story know that I picked her up on September 25th with a badly broken, like her jaw was hanging wide open, her rattle's been crushed, she may have other injuries. She'd been hit on the road, or at least maybe not hit, but a vehicle passed close enough to do some damage. Whether she struck at it or what happened, I have no idea. But she was pretty badly injured, and that was right at the time that the snakes were moving into their dens and heading into brumation. And so I brought her home, and over the next 4 weeks or so, her jaw kind of repaired itself in some respects. It's not completely aligned as yet. There's still a little bit of dip on the lower side of her right jaw, her lower mandible. Her lips aren't lining up correctly. But she hasn't had infection. She ate a couple of mice, 4 weeks in, and she's been doing pretty good. However, since she ate those last couple of mice, what I've seen and what we've seen, those who followed the videos, is that she's excreted everything that she has in her body. She had kind of one last completely fluid excretion that didn't have any solid substance to it. And since then, she's refused any mice. Every week I've introduced a mouse in here, left it in for a couple of hours, and she doesn't want anything to do with it. She has been searching for some considerable time, a portion of each day, moving around the enclosure, searching for a way out. And right now, like as I'm speaking here, she's asleep in the colder corner of her enclosure. So it's pretty clear that Mandy's body is in kind of a mode where she wants to brumate, right? Now I've kept her from doing that in spite of a lot of people's suggestion that I go ahead and cool her down. The principle that I've been operating under is very simple. My thought is that cooling her down to temperatures where her body, slows, is not going to assist in her healing in the way that keeping her warm would. And so I've been operating under that principle, under this idea that I got to keep her warm even for the winter, because even though she wants to brumate, I got to keep her warm, because this is what's going to help her heal more thoroughly for the brief period of time that she's in my care. She's going to be released as soon as the snakes are coming out of their dens again. However, last night a comment was made on the YouTube video that I posted yesterday, where I had a mouse in here with her and she wasn't interested in it, and I had to extract her and take the mouse out, and I cleaned her cage and all of this. But one of the comments finally gave me a rationale to consider why I should brumate her, a good rationale. And that was, given that she's already excreted everything that's in her system, and we know that, and given that she's refusing to eat anything more, and given that she's using energy every day moving around this enclosure looking for an exit, that energy she's expending is not being replaced by new food. And so in this context, without the brumation, she is in danger of starving, where otherwise she would not be. The energy that she has in her body, in her fat and muscles and such, she could survive off of that for brumation. But she might not be able to survive off of that if she's moving around her enclosure all winter looking for a way out. So the fellow who commented has decades of experience working with exotic snakes, and given that logic, that's turned my thinking. Hey, all the other comments that were made before about putting her into brumation, they didn't have a strong rationale behind them to kind of justify me leaving my principle behind and going with theirs, right? But this one does. It makes sense. It's logical. If I keep her warm like this and she continues to move, she's going to continue to use energy that she's not replacing. Simple as that. So I've decided to put her into brumation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this snake box, this black snake box that was gifted to me. And I have a room downstairs in my basement that I use for storage. I'm going to keep that room, the temperature of that room, somewhere between 5 and 15 degrees Celsius. No warmer, no cooler. And yeah, I'm just going to put her down there, and she's going to have water available. We'll go take a look at it. Right now I'm just going to extract her, put her in the box, and we'll go downstairs and look at the situation. But yeah, I'll have to monitor it, make sure the temperature stays where I want it in that room, and keep water available to her, and let her brumate. I'm going to do it for 10 weeks. So I believe February 13th will be the day that we bring her back out and warm her back up. All right? Okay, Mandy, it's time. Let's take you out of there. Just a little snake, really. Not very big. This box is nice, has a kind of burlap in it. And you can see the water bowl that I have there for her. I'm going to put water in there when we go downstairs. So yeah, let's close her up, bring her down, and introduce her to her new area for the next 10 weeks. Okay. Let's check out the scenario. Here's Mandy. Now this is my storage room. Pretty much nobody comes down into this little room except me. What I've done this morning, I opened up the window. It's been open for a couple of hours, kind of getting some cool air in here, and I'm going to have to keep that monitored closely, the flow of cold air into here. I've blocked off the only heat vent that's coming in here with an old scarf. I just pushed it up into the heat vent, so heat should not be coming through there so much. I'm sure we'll get a little bit of radiant heat through the walls. The door, I'll put a blanket on the outside to cover the bottom of the door to make sure that's not a big heat flow. And I've got a thermometer here, and I don't know if you can read that or not, but it reads right now at 15 degrees Celsius, creeping up towards 16. We want to get it a little cooler. Like I say, we want to get it between, I think, 15 degrees and 5 degrees Celsius. Maybe not even 5 degrees, maybe something like 15 and 7 degrees or something like that. 5 degrees is a bit cool for the snakes, I believe. So in any case, I think it's going to be, kind of a challenge to make sure day by day that the temperature stays good in here. But once I turn off the lights, it's going to be dark in here, and she's going to be in this black box. She's going to be, she's going to get to have her winter rest that she's looking for. So I'm sure she'll be happy, settled down. And her water bowl, I've just got a water can here, so I'll fill that actually right now. Put some water in there for her. And I can just, look in on her I can see through actually. I can see through this grate, steel grate on the top of this, or the mesh grate on the top of this enclosure, and make sure she's always got water. But yeah, it'll be dark, it'll be quiet, nobody comes in here. I'll be coming in and out to monitor and make sure she's okay, and make sure the temperature day by day is good in here. But I won't disturb her. I'll be quiet and sneaky about it. And yeah, 10 weeks. Okay, so put her in here, and I don't know, I'll probably do a couple of updates on, how the just the logistics of the brumation is going along. And then we'll see her again coming out on February 13th. So we'll look forward to that. Hopefully all goes well. Lights out, Mandy.